What's up, everyone? Welcome to a True Underground Story podcast. I'm host Timmy Burner. Today I'm with Sin City, Cairo. Tell people a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I'm from Vegas, man. I was born and raised in Vegas. Full-blooded Egyptian, though, so that's why you get the Cairo. You know what I'm saying? Cairo is the capital of Egypt. But, yeah, I grew up in Vegas, man. Grew up in Vegas, moved to L.A. like almost 6 years ago. It's coming on 6 years. It's been a while. But, yeah, just following the dream, bro.
So what was your childhood like growing up in Vegas, especially being first-generation Egyptian?
It was cool. I mean, Vegas is diverse. I mean, I feel like, everybody was cool out there. I didn't really know much Egyptians growing up. I had maybe like 3 or 4 people that I knew that were Egyptian growing up, like that went to my high school. It was cool. I mean, it's a small community, but it's growing. Like right now, like the Egyptian community out there is pretty big. And I'm Orthodox too, which is so I'm like a Christian Egyptian. You know what I'm saying? Most Egyptians are Muslim. So we've got a nice little community out there.
That's dope, man. Now, from when I was doing some research on you, it says that you kind of grew up in like your family was kind of poor growing up.
Yeah, I mean we didn't have the most. I mean, just like any other family growing up, that are foreigners, just like a struggle. It's just a struggle at first. We were getting by, but we were just getting by.
Is that what kind of like helped you want to go out and get something big, like chasing being an entertainer or a musician?
Yeah, I mean, I think that might have had something to do with it. But for me, I think I just fell in love with music at like a young age, and I just ran with it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I think for me, it's more passion than anything. So
now, when did you start making music?
I mean, I used to want to be an R&B singer, so I used to try to sing back in the day, like Usher and shit, like Tyrese, I like R&B singers like 112, Boyz II Men. And then I heard Eminem actually for the first time, and that kind of made me switch to hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you kind of got your name from being from Vegas and being Egyptian. I'm assuming that's how you came up with the idea for Sin City, Cairo.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, originally it was Cairo, and then for marketing purposes, I put the Sin City in the beginning. So that way, when you obviously Google Sin City, Cairo, I'll pop up. So yeah, it was more marketing than anything, but it was combining obviously, my city at the time, and just my culture.
I feel that. What was some of the music that you grew up listening to, like the stuff your parents had you listen to, or stuff that you seeked out? Like I know you just mentioned you listened to a lot of R&B, like Tyrese and 112, and then finding Eminem. What was some of the other artists and stuff that you kind of grew up listening to as a child?
Like, I mean, when it comes down to hip hop, I listen to everything, man. Tupac, Biggie, obviously, Jay-Z. I grew up on Logic too. Logic, obviously because Logic dropped a while ago. I listen to Drake every now and then, but I keep it mainly old school, like Snoop Dogg. I still listen to Eminem a lot. Dre albums, obviously. I'm a big fan of Bob Marley, actually. I like reggae music too. So it's not just hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Like reggae is a big influence in my life too, because I listen to the whole Marley family. So like, Bob, Junior Kong, whatever his name is, Damian Marley, Kimani, Julian. There's so many Marleys out there. So yeah, I grew up on that too. So Revolution too. Revolution's a type band that I listen to. You know what I'm saying? Red Hot Chili Peppers. I go to the Eagles sometimes, Hotel California. So just try to keep it diverse.
Hey, I feel that. What would you say kind of like was that final push for you to like start actually going into a booth and recording music for the first time? What really persuaded you to want to chase music?
Well, I used to do pranks back in the day. So after the prank channel thing, I was always making music, but I feel like that's what put me in the studio because I felt like at the time I had something to prove.
Right.
So that made me want to start recording, and then it was just, it was just luck and fate too that just kind of brought me to certain situations. So, like before that, I was introduced to Camel Hump music. which was like one of the most one of like the OGs when it came down to like Vegas hip hop music and recording. Like Triv was like one of the engineers over there. So I started working with him. We did the I Am Vegas mixtape. And that was before I got into pranking. So obviously, I had that behind me, and I was just, just kind of sitting there thinking about that studio. I did the prank thing that kind of got my name out, and then as soon as I left that's when I hopped into the music, because I already had the connects and the plugs, so just kind of putting everything together. And then also I had a buzz from the Epic 5 TV shit.
Speaking of your prank videos, I had wrote that down. What made you want to start making your prank videos? Because I watched a couple of them, like you walking up to girls on the strip, and I think one
Yeah.
of them was a girl that was about to get married, and you had a condom on you.
Yeah. It was just me and the homie, Epic. He kind of ran that channel. Basically, like he came at me, showing me Vitaly videos one day, and then I was like, bro, we could do that. Just get a camera, we'll make it happen. So he got a camera, and then I ran with it. Like I told him we would do it, and I was like, Vitaly blew up, we could blow up. So that channel actually got to 2 million subscribers, low key. So that channel got pretty big. Like, but he deleted most of my pranks. I'm not gonna lie. Most of them are on WorldStar though. You can check them out on WorldStar if you type in Epic 5 TV. He deleted the ones that I was in, but it's all good.
So when you first started making music, what did like your family and friends think of you saying that you're going to start pursuing music professionally?
I mean, I had another cousin that rapped, so it wasn't really like different for him. It's just throughout the time, obviously, like I don't know, some shit developed, but it's all good. I mean, like my family's pretty supportive for the most part, but even then, you got to support yourself at the end of the day. So
Yeah.
um,
I feel
yeah,
that.
I've had some haters come at me in the past and shit, but as long as you believe in yourself, you just gotta you gotta push forward. I feel like you just gotta have faith in yourself, bro. At the end of the day, fuck what anybody says.
What artists would you say kind of influenced your style? Because listening to multiple different songs of yours, you kind of switch it up here and there on like your flows and the beats.
Yeah, you know what? Triv kind of taught me that. Remember, I was telling you about Camel Hump music. You don't want to sound the same on every track, because then you get monotone and people get bored. So I try to flip it. I try to switch it up. Obviously, I sing a little bit here and there. You just want something different. You get what I'm saying? Like that's why I try to switch it up. But I listen to everybody. Sometimes like I'll tap into Drake when I'm writing a song. That's not really my lane, but I'll do it. But J. Cole is one of my biggest influences. Obviously, I listen to a lot of J. Cole, Eminem. You can tell on most of my aggressive songs, obviously, that's my Eminem influence. J. Cole will be more of my smoother songs and my just like laid back flow. But yeah, I've listened to Jay-Z, bro, everybody. So I've picked up game from like everybody. Obviously,
Just kind of like absorb everybody.
yeah, like even Snoop, like I wouldn't say I have a style that mimics anybody. I try to kind of keep it original. Obviously, like you want to be original with your craft. You don't want to copy people. Like I hate hearing rappers that sound like Lil Wayne all the time, because it's like it's outdone. You feel me?
Yeah. You said that you moved to LA about 6 years ago. What made you want to move out of Vegas and go to LA? Was it to kind of get in a bigger music scene, or just you wanted
that was part of it. I would say Vegas is just small, bro. It's a small city. You know what I'm saying? LA's connected, so you got Gardena, you got multiple cities right next to you that you could city hop from. Vegas was just Vegas and Henderson, so to me it just made no sense to stay out there. So obviously, small fish in a big pond, or big fish in a small pond. You got to go with one of them.
Now, back in the day, you were a part of 1017 Records with Mack Drama. How did that come about? How did you end up linking up with him and getting under that label?
Actually, I don't know. Shelly kind of tapped in. I feel like Shelly tapped in. Shelly was she was my manager. So, I mean, me and Shelly kind of connected through social media. She hit me up one day. She introduced me to actually Cool Boy. She also introduced me to Mack. So I was doing a show at the airliner, and he just randomly pulled up. So I was like, man, I got to kill it. So yeah, as soon as he pulled up, man, I hopped on stage, and he was just kind of blown away by my style. Because at first he said, when I looked at you at first, I didn't think nothing of you, and then once you stepped on stage, he was like, man, you got like rock star abilities. So me and him started working together, and then that's just how it happened, man. And then we had a falling out. You know what I'm saying? Me and Mack are still cool. We might work together in the future. I don't know. We had like a slight falling out, but we're cool at the end of the day. Me and Shelly are cool too, as you can tell. She's in here. She tapped in.
Yeah. Um, you also were a part of a competition called the Stoner Cup. What was that about?
It wasn't even a competition, bro. That was a tour. Yeah, that was a full tour. I did 10 cities actually. But that was with Stoner Jordan. He's another Arizona artist. He's an underground Arizona artist. So yeah, it was tight, man. We basically lived on an RV for he did it a little bit longer because he went across the whole United States. I hit the West Coast. We started off in, I think, San Diego. From San Diego, we went to Vegas, obviously hometown. From Vegas, we went to Costa Mesa. From Costa Mesa, we went to Portland, Oregon. From Oregon, we went to Seattle. And then from Seattle, we went to Utah. And we had like two shows in Utah that were sold out. So, I mean, it was pretty dope, bro. It was a dope experience. Yeah, looking forward to getting more tours like that, actually.
Do you remember what it was, the feeling you had like the first time that you stepped on stage and performed live?
Yeah, I was nervous as hell, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had invited all the homies out too, and it was just like my first. I closed my eyes and I was just like, just kind of rapping. But I just, you grow comfortable. You grow comfortable over time. So I feel like right now my stage presence obviously is a lot sharper. But yeah, the first time was nerve wracking. I'm not gonna lie. So the first time I grabbed that mic, I just closed my eyes and started rapping, man. And I was just yelling at the mic and shit. So it was cool. It was a cool experience. All the homies came out too. That was the best part. You know what I'm saying? Support.
And then I wish I would have wrote down the date, but you had ties to a woman, AD the General, and then she passed.
Oh man, you tapped in. You tapped in. Yeah, AD was actually my road dog, man. AD took me on a lot of tours too. With AD, bro, I opened up for Cassidy, Beanie Siegel. We opened up for Beanie a couple times. Vado. So a lot of underground artists, you know what I'm saying? Like AD was just connected. She got me in XXL, which was pretty cool too. But yeah, man, she passed away in a car accident like 3 years ago, out of nowhere. Like we were supposed to hit Texas together, actually, with Lil Flip. And then she just like that, man, in a blink of an eye, she was gone. It was crazy.
What was that like, getting like coverage in a magazine like XXL that's known for
It was pretty cool, man. It was funny because I had come to LA at the time, and I was blowing up AD. I was like, where the fuck is the cover at? She was like, man, relax, bro. Like, I told you were in XXL. And then, like, I walk into the 7-Eleven, and it's right there. You know what I'm saying? So I looked through it, and sure enough, I'm in there. And I was like, I hit her up. I was like, thank you for the opportunity. Like, yeah, it was a dope experience, man. Just to walk into, like, a 7-Eleven and find your magazine in there that, you've been published in. Like, that's dope.
So you've done quite a few tours, and then you've got an event coming up this year called TAP 2022.
Yeah.
You'll be there with artists such as like Twista, Chevy Woods, and like Boldy James. What's that like, and how did you get? Because I noticed that you were there in 2019 as well, and 2020.
Yeah. That was actually a connection through Mack Drama. So yeah, me and Mack, when we were working together, he introduced me to artist auditions. So I've been kind of working with them since. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and they have the hookup on like shows with bigger artists like Larry June, like all the popping artists right now, like Fora, like they book for those shows. So that's why, I'm trying to build a relationship with them. Obviously, I'm trying to kill this fucking show in San Diego. I'm trying to get mentally prepared for it. But yeah, it's a great opportunity, man. If you haven't checked them out, check out Artist Auditions, because yeah, they'll connect you with the game, bro.
Now, is that where you also met King Crook? Was through Artist Auditions?
Crooked Eye?
Yeah.
Nah, that was actually when I was working with AD, there was an artist named T Cron. I don't know if he raps right now, but yeah, he actually connected me with that because he was out there for like a vape event. So he was like, "Come through, bro, spit some bars for Crooked," and I think he actually follows me too. So we locked in. Obviously, I spit some bars for him. But yeah, that shit was dope. He was out there for like a vape show, so it was just like only like exclusive artists that got to meet him and shit.
Um, when looking at like other things, I looked at one of your recent posts on Instagram, and you had posted it was like a featured article pretty much about you,
Uh,
and artists that you've co-headlined with. You've co-headlined, like you said, with Benny Siegel, Cassidy. You've also got like Corey Guns, Chris Webby, Obi Trice, and Lil Scrappy. What was it like getting to meet those guys and to like share a stage with them? Because Chris Webby's kind of got a lot of presence right now. He's kind of on the rise.
yeah, Chris Webby's he's popping, man. I didn't really get to meet him at the show. We kind of left early. That was when I was working Mack, but that show was packed, bro. That show was fucking sold out. Um, Fucking shout out Chris Webby, bro, because he brought him out, bro. Like that shit was a tight ass show. It was in Denver on 420, and literally the night before I had seen him at the Red Rock stadium. So it's like an outdoor stadium. It's pretty dope. And then he fucking and then he came to that show right afterwards. But yeah, yeah, man, he brings them out, bro. He's definitely popping right now. I feel like every artist that fucks with him too ends up getting popping. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah,
Chris Webby's been blowing up a lot of people.
he has been. Yeah, he tends to have that effect. He'll put them on a beat,
Yeah,
and then they kind of get their own traction and take off on their own.
pretty much.
Um, if you didn't have to worry about like the cost of the cost for a feature from somebody, who's an artist that you would really like to get a feature from one day?
I mean, I fuck with a feature from like a underground artist like Fora. You know what I'm saying? Dizzy Wright, Futuristic, any one of those cats. Even Chris Webby would be dope.
Who would you say is probably your favorite artist at the moment?
I'm still rock with Eminem, bro. Eminem, fucking J Cole. Those are the top rappers that I listen to right now.
Um, as an artist, what would you say has probably been the hardest thing for you as an artist?
Uh, I mean, I mean, you got challenges every year you go on with this shit. So I don't know, man. Just staying consistent. I mean, it's not really been challenging. Obviously, you got to stay consistent. That's the only way to get anywhere. Um, but obviously, you have moments in your life that you might need to step back, which I did do. I took a little moment where I stepped back, but at the same time, I was still writing because this is just how I vent. So yeah, man, it's all about being consistent. So I want to say it's kind of holding me back. Obviously, life will hold you back sometimes.
Yeah,
Um, and that just kind of comes with it. But as long as you stay consistent, even if it's slow progress, it's still progress. You know what I'm saying?
I feel that. Now, in 2019, did you just go to Rolling Loud, or did you actually get to perform at Rolling Loud?
But nah, I was just I was backstage at Rolling Loud, so I was actually there to go to the event in Miami, and that was with Mack Drama too. And somehow we ended up backstage. I ended up on stage, which was pretty cool. Um, yeah, man, I got to see fucking people rock, fucking Rolling Loud. It was tight, man. It was tight. Like I said, that was through Mac Drama. It was also through artist auditions because obviously they made that happen too.
Oh shit! I mean, that's dope. That's
Yeah,
fucking once in a
I can't
lifetime.
wait to rock Rolling Loud though, man. That would be dope. You know what I'm saying? That's game plan right there.
That is, yeah.
Yeah. So
Um,
that's
so to counter what I'd asked earlier, what would you say has probably been the most rewarding thing for you as an artist?
just obviously getting people to listen to your music and fuck with it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what it's all about. To connect with people. So I mean, I just like people connecting with my music and being like, that's just tight. You feel me?
I feel that. Um, if you had to like classify your music or describe your music to somebody that never heard it before, how would you describe it?
I would. I would say it's just kind of like a mixture of Eminem with some J Cole, mixed with like some Fora. Like it's just a mixture of everything, bro. I can't even describe it myself. I would say you'd have to go and listen to it. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
every one of my songs has a different feel, just kind of like you said earlier, to where I switch around the flows and every song. Obviously, one song might not be appealing to one person, but it might be appealing to another. So I would just say, yeah, you have to go listen to it.
Um, so I got a quick game here that I play during these interviews called This or That. I'll present two artists to you, and you'll tell me which one you're going to put on your radio first.
All right.
We got G Unit or Slaughterhouse.
Man, that's a hard decision, bro. I'm gonna have to go with I'm bumping G Unit, bro. That's just fucking a throwback right there. But Slaughterhouse is dope. You get what I'm saying? But I'm rocking with the G Unit, bro. Like, yeah. G Unit had the hardest album, bro. When it came out, that shit was tight.
Oh, yeah. That fucking G Unit. This
Yeah,
50
G
Cent in
Unit.
general. I was a big 50 Cent fan, so.
Yeah, 50 Cent was dope, bro. He's still dope.
Kid Cudi or Jack Harlow.
Nah, I'm rocking with Cudi. Jack Harlow's he's too fresh for me, man. Kid Cudi, I grew up on Cudi, man.
Kevin Gates or Joyner Lucas.
I'm gonna go with Joyner, bro.
Joyner?
Yeah. Gates is
Lupe
dope. Gates is
Fiasco
dope, but Joyner's
or
dope.
Wale.
Who?
Lupe Fiasco or Wale.
I'm gonna go with Wale.
Wiz Khalifa or Young Thug.
Nah, I'm rocking with Wiz all day, bro.
Nelly or Akon.
I'm gonna say they're even, bro. They're even because they both have some hits, bro. Yeah, I can't even pick one of those. Nelly or Akon. I mean, if I had to pick, I'd rock with Nelly, bro.
Country Grammar, man.
Yeah, Country Grammar was dope.
Tory Lanez or Chris Brown.
Chris Brown all day.
We'll do DMX or Jadakiss.
DMX, bro.
Jay-Z or Nas.
I'm gonna go with Jay. Yeah, Jay-Z
Tupac
for sure.
or Biggie.
I'm gonna go with Tupac, bro. I know I'm gonna piss off some Biggie fans, but I'm gonna go with Tupac.
Mobb Deep or UGK.
Nah, Mobb Deep.
Pusha T or Kanye.
I'm rocking with Kanye, bro. Pusha T's dope. He's got bars. Don't get me wrong, but Kanye's got an impact, bro.
He does.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne or Drake.
I'm a rock with Drake. I've never been a Wayne fan, bro, and yeah, I'm gonna have to rock with Drake.
Royce the 5'9" or Benny the Butcher.
I'm gonna go with Royce, but Benny's dope. But it's just Royce. Royce is a legend, bro. You know what I'm saying?
He is.
Like, yeah, Royce is a legend, bro.
Gucci Mane or Jeezy.
I'm gonna go with Jeezy.
Going Jeezy.
Yeah,
T.I. or Ludacris.
Ludacris.
Young Dolph or Nipsey Hussle.
Nipsey all day, bro.
Outkast or Wu-Tang.
Wu-Tang.
Eminem or The Game.
Nah, I'm going with Eminem, bro. That's funny.
We'll do E40 or Twista.
I mean, I'm about to do a show with Twista, so I'm going with Twista, bro.
Goody Mob or Bone Thugs and Harmony.
I'm gonna go with Bone.
Ab Soul or Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy Q.
J. Cole or Kendrick Lamar.
I'm a rock with J. Cole, bro.
And I got two left here. Lil Durk or Lil Baby.
Lil Baby.
And then the last one, Da Baby or Polo G?
I mean, I'm gonna go with. You said Dub Baby or Polo G? Or,
Yeah.
I'll go with Dub Baby, bro.
So you've had a pretty long career. Um, you've had a small break from music. Your last album dropped in 2020. Is there any like albums or music you got on the way now that you said you got your masters back?
Yeah, I mean, I just got my master's, so actually, I mean, I got an album on the way, but I'm gonna split it up though. My plan is to drop like a song every 2 weeks.
Oh, shit,
So,
okay.
you know, just to obviously get excitement up, and then obviously drop it as an album in whole. Right now, I'm at 10 songs. I think I'm gonna add another two, just to kind of lighten it up a little bit. But yeah, I'm gonna drop it as a single at a time. But it's dope. It's dope. Trust me. I think it's my hardest album so far, for
I'll
sure.
be tapped in.
Yeah. Right.
I follow your Spotify page, so when you drop, I'll be alerted and I'll shout out the songs or album, whenever the order on my page as well. As an artist, what's more important to you on Spotify, your monthly listeners or your followers on there?
I think the monthly listeners. You got to keep your monthly listeners up. Obviously, you want to build up your followers too. It's all about being consistent too. That's why my plan is to drop a song every 2 weeks. Because I mean, on Spotify, it's like an algorithm. It's just like Instagram. Like if you don't stay consistent, you fall out the algorithm. So that's my plan, is to stay consistent with the music.
What is your idea of making it in the music industry?
Just kind of being able to book your own tours and obviously get paid off of it, and just make money off of it, bro, and make a living off of it. I don't even have to, obviously to me it's not about going like mainstream. Obviously that's a lot of rappers' goal. Underground is mainstream nowadays, because you got a lot of underground artists that are making more than mainstream artists.
Joyner Lucas, for
Like,
example, makes $250 a month.
Russ is like a good example of that. You got a lot of people right now.
Tech Nine's made a whole career out of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Earlier you had brought up Nipsey, and then I brought up Nipsey in the this or that game. What do you feel like Nipsey's impact was on not just like street culture, but also the independent scene? Do you feel like his impact was?
Well, I mean, he did it independently for a long time too. Obviously, he did sign to a major to drop his last album, Victory Lap, which to me was the hardest album that dropped that year. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like Nipsey, and I've said this in the past, he would have definitely took over where Kendrick, like Kendrick picked the steam back up. He was gone for a while though. I feel like Nipsey could have easily took off, bro.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, obviously that album was dope. So I mean, I feel like he kind of got cut short of where he could have been, like, because he could have been up there with the Drakes, the J. Cole's, the Kendrick Lamar's for sure.
Who would you say are probably your top 5 MCs?
Like I said, I always rock with Eminem, Jay-Z. Obviously, Nas is gonna be in my top 5. Biggie, and my last one, man. Like I said, I bump a lot of Cole, bro. I feel like Cole is pretty dope. I think he's underrated. Obviously, there's a lot more that I could put in my top 5, like fucking Ice Cube, or like, you know what I'm saying, like some, but I listen to a lot of J. Cole, bro. I can relate to his music. I like his flow. I like just what he talks about. Like, if I'm not listening to Eminem, I'm listening to some J. Cole. Or, I'll listen to some Jay-Z a lot too. I just listen to lyrical cats, man.
So actually, while we're on the topic here of J. Cole, let me get to your page again real fast, because you recently put out a ranking of J. Cole's albums. You have it going 2014 Forest Hills Drive as your favorite.
Yeah, that one.
Then Born Sinner, The Sideline Story. Oh, fuck, what was his newest album called? Off Season. KOD, and then For Your Eyes Only. Now, how would you rank your Eminem albums? Give me your top 5 Eminem albums.
Oh man, I feel like I have posted that in the past too. I'm gonna go with the Eminem Show for sure, and then after that, I'm gonna go with the Marshall Mathers LP, the Slim Shady LP, and then I'm gonna probably rock with some newer ones like I like Music to Be Murdered By. I thought that was pretty dope. Who else? What's the other album? I mean, I'll go with Recovery too, man. Recovery was a dope album. Even Revival was a dope album. I feel like the hype behind that kind of fucked up the takeoff of that album.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Recovery kind of gets slept on because it was a more positive Eminem, so people kind of weren't expecting that because that was after he got sober. And then when he did the Marshall Mathers LP2, I really fucking think that album also gets slept on.
Oh yeah, that one's dope. That one's gonna be in my top 5 too, man. That one's I'm pushing Recovery. It's that one for sure. The Marshall Mathers LP2 is dope. He has some tight cuts on there.
Oh yeah, the shit he did with Kendrick on there was fire, man.
Yeah, I think Legacy is my favorite song on there.
I want to say that's probably in my top as well because it's all just like the chorus on it and him doing storytelling essentially. I'm always.
Yeah.
What would be some advice you would give to younger you or a younger artist that's trying to pursue music? What would be some advice you'd give?
Right now, I think it's easier to actually like build your own lane and build a buzz. You just got to hit the social media. Like when I grew up, it was only like fucking we had MySpace and shit, Facebook. Nowadays you got Instagram and TikTok, where I feel like you should be able to just obviously if you're good at marketing, you should be able to hit that and just grow your fan base. Especially for the younger culture too, because they're more hip to that, than like us older. You feel me? So they should be able to take off on that real easily.
What would be some change you want to see in your community in LA?
I mean, I like LA, man. Obviously like the homeless problem out here is pretty serious. But for the most part, LA is pretty cool, bro. I don't think there's major problems out here. Obviously, I think the homeless problem is the number one thing. I just feel like they need to find shelter or something because obviously once they take over one like highway underpass, it's like it just becomes like a whole community of them. Which obviously I would say that would be the biggest struggle out here.
So we'll start and get this back up again. You dropped Cairo in 2019, which was a 7-track album. What was the process behind that project?
That was when I was working with Mack, so I went for more of a singy type of album. I just wanted to kind of just rock with something different. Like when I go listen to it, I'm like, wow, this is my most singy type of album for sure. Obviously, I got some dope songs like Party on the West Side, Yellow Beana's on there. I just wanted to go for like an EP. I hadn't dropped the album, just kind of like right now. I hadn't dropped the album in like 2 years. I finally dropped the album, but I felt like I needed to follow up with something real quick just to avoid that, because I had a long gap between albums. So that was just like a little EP that I threw out there, and then I dropped another album after that, which was the Saga.
Yes. And you also had Dream Chasing, which was a 12-track album here that you released in October of 2019. You also have a song called Catch Me on the West Coast. And you worked with an artist, Stretch. Who is Stretch?
Stretch, actually, he still makes my music till today. Stretch is my engineer, man. So he does my beats. He does my my masters. Like, he does all that stuff for me. Like, even videos, bro. Like, he's like a promotion team. And he's an artist himself, which is pretty dope. So I actually used him on tracks back in the day, singing vocals and shit. But yeah, man, he's an artist that I've been working with. He also, like I said, he mixes and masters my music and records me.
What was the overall like creative process behind Dream Chasing?
I had just moved to LA, so I just basically wrote my journey at the time, like you know, what I'm saying through what happened to me at that time, and like you know, like just like I said, I use my music as therapy. So whatever was going on with me at that time, I just wanted to express it on paper.
Um, how did you feel about the game dissing Eminem, if you want to call it dissing?
I mean,
Like, how?
I feel like the game's not even on the same caliber as Eminem, bro. I feel like, to be honest, you know what I'm saying? Like the game is not even that tight. I mean,
Like,
I'm not gonna hate, but like Eminem's like on a whole different. I mean, the game's dope. He's a dope rapper. Don't get me wrong, but like you and Eminem are like, it's just nah, bro.
yeah, like I was more disappointed in it because I do put the game up there like in a higher caliber of lyricist, and then for him to drop some shit like that wasn't good. Like I expected better. Like, because I'm a huge Eminem fan too, so I figured if anyone was gonna diss Eminem, I wanted it to be somebody that I respected. And then he just made me mad about it because he made a 10-minute diss track that wasn't good.
I didn't even hear the diss.
Yeah, it's
See,
not.
that's how not good it was. Like I didn't hear about it. You feel me?
It's called the Black Slim Shady, and it's 10 minutes long. And the first half of the song, he's using an Eminem flow, and he's not.
I gotta peep it out. I like that song that M just dropped with Snoop Dogg
Oh
recently. I
yeah,
think that shit was dope.
I did too. I actually had one small problem with it though, and it was from a production standpoint
Uh,
because when Snoop raps, he's so quiet compared to M. I just feel like if they would have just turned down the beat when Snoop was rapping, you could hear him better. Like I had to listen to it multiple times because the beat was so loud in comparison to Snoop. But I fucking like it because it's one different because I never thought M and Snoop would have like a song together
yeah,
like that.
I like the flow that Snoop came with too. I thought it was pretty dope.
It's definitely different hearing him not rap
Yeah, he mixed it up.
normal. He also M also did a song with fucking CeeLo Green recently, which surprised me.
That little sampler album was pretty dope that he put out. I think the CeeLo Green was for
The
the
Elvis
Elvis
movie.
movie. Yeah, that was a tight
Um,
movie too, though.
I haven't seen it yet. I need to check that
Oh
out.
yeah, yeah. Man, if you get a chance, I would go see it. That was a good movie.
So, in 2020, you released the Saga. What was the creative process behind that?
That was kind of I was working with Mack, so the first half of that album. So I was I was in a good mood and shit. So the first half of it was really like really bright. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then I had some shit happen where me and Matt kind of just kind of fell off and shit. So towards the end of the album, it just gets a little bit dark. But I would say, I mean, it was just like a reflection of what was going on at the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the happy songs were influenced by when me and Mac were obviously touring together. And then like, the second half I had ran into some type of stressful situation, which I don't want to share. It's too much in depth. But yeah, some shit happened. So obviously I kind of switched energy towards the end of the CD. But this is supposed to be a follow up to that. So the one I got coming is called Better Late Than Never, man, and that's a follow up to the saga. So it kind of continues what happened throughout the saga, and it just hits you with where I'm at mentally today. So and that's why I got to throw two more songs on there because I feel like you'll see it's a dope album. I think it's my
Um,
for sure because the saga was pretty dope, but I think this new one is gonna be fire.
who usually does your cover art? Because I noticed a lot of your cover art is like kind of the last three albums anyway, from Cairo, Dream Chasing, and the Saga. It's like cartoon drawings. Who do you usually have do all your
I
graphics?
usually do a mixtape magician. I think that's who I use. Hungry Boulevard is actually what they're called. HungryBoulevard.com. I actually just paid them today for three covers. Because I told you I'm gonna be dropping some singles soon. So yeah, you caught me at the right time with this interview because music is coming, man. It's coming soon. So yeah, I'm getting three covers done right now.
Um, What would you say was probably your favorite song that you ever recorded? Is it stuff off the new project or off one of your old albums?
I like Unstoppable. Unstoppable was dope. I think just the experience of Unstoppable, because Unstoppable was actually his name is Dwayne the Rock. He actually produces for like Jadakiss and like a lot of bigger cats like Cassidy and shit. So he hit me up, so I got to record it in the studio. He mixed it himself. So I think that was my favorite recording process of a song.
When do you think you'll probably start releasing your new singles?
Pretty soon, bro. So as soon as I get these covers back, I'm gonna start dropping some songs. Cause
Um,
I'm waiting to put them out. I've been waiting to get them, so I just got them yesterday. So yeah, they're coming soon. I just keep an eye out for it.
was it after you split from Mack in 1017 that you decided to LLC your stage name and kind of turn yourself into a
I
business?
LLC'd even when I was working with Matt. That was something Shelly had put me onto. She was like, "You need to create an LLC." So before I started working with Mac, I actually had the LLC.
Oh, okay. That's a smart move. It's definitely smart from the business standpoint of things. I do have a question. What does Yellambina mean?
Yeah, it's supposed to be Yella Bina. So Mac had spelt it wrong, so I just had to keep it that way. Um, but Yella Bina means let's go, basically, in Arabic.
Oh, is that like your biggest stream song too?
I believe so. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I
I
said, I recorded that back when I was with Mac. And yeah, it just kind of it went off. We were gonna shoot a different video type of vibe to it. I was supposed to get a camo and shit, but it just we just couldn't make it happen. But maybe in a future video we'll get a camo. Don't trip.
I was about to actually ask. So, is there any plans for these new releases that are coming up to
Yeah,
get
I
some
gotta.
visual?
I'm gonna have a video to the song that is called "My Pops" or "How Could I Not Cry." I wrote that about my dad passing away from COVID. But I'm gonna shoot a video for it pretty soon, man. That's what actually, because I had told him I wanted to record another 2 songs. He was like, "Nah, man, let's get a video in before that." So we're gonna be booking that soon. So for sure, I'm gonna get I think I'm gonna rent a church. It's gonna be dope.
My condolences on the loss of your father too. That's
It's all
hard,
good,
man.
man. It's all good.
Well, I think I'm out of questions. So, the floor is yours. If you got anything you want to plug.
I mean, I feel like I just plugged it, man. So yeah, better late than never. Coming soon, which is gonna be the full album. I got some singles dropping soon. So the first single I'm gonna drop is called "Pain." The second one is I think "They Like Me" is gonna be the second one, and then the third one. Which one was the third one? That's Life. It might not be that one, but I'm gonna drop them. You guys are gonna know about it because I'm gonna post about it on my story. I'm gonna post about it in my post. I'm gonna make reels about it. So yeah, new songs coming soon. I actually previewed a new song today on my reels, which is that Pain song. That's gonna be a new cut. That's gonna be
Okay.
the first one I drop too.
All right. So, if you guys end up watching this on YouTube, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. All of Sin City Cairo's links will be in the description. His Instagram, his Spotify, his Apple, his Facebook page, and his Twitter. I appreciate you coming on, man. It means a
Appreciate
lot.
it, man. Thank you.